now in its 4th generation, and the Toyota Prius continues to be the world's definitive gas-electric hybrid vehicle. But with pure electric vehicles getting all of the high-tech talk and public attention, is the Prius good enough to bring in people on fuel economy alone? Hi, I'm Marty Padgett for Green Car Reports, and we're going to find out today as we take you for a first drive of the 2016 Toyota Prius. Way back in the year 2000, the first Prius was an oddity that launched to low expectations. The second generation arrived just as gas prices spiked in 2004, though, and once Hollywood adopted it as a symbol of green conscience, sales of the Prius grew steadily. The car we're driving today replaces the third Prius, launched for 2010, and the new car is sleeker, better equipped, and considerably less grim to drive. It still features Toyota's hybrid Synergy drive, in which a pair of electric motors assists a small engine. It captures otherwise wasted energy to charge a battery pack and can power the car alone under gentle acceleration at low speeds. The 2016 Prius stays true to the original concept, but Toyota promised it would have a more engaging driving experience with better, sportier road holding. So has the company delivered? This latest 2016 Prius gets slightly better gas mileage than before too, up to 52 miles per gallon for the base model, to keep its crown as the most fuel-efficient vehicle without a plug sold in the US. The new Prius looks a little less slab-sided than before. We really like the front end. The nose is a lot lower than it was before. And the roofline, it's a 5-door hatchback, but it looks a little sharper thanks to this black section that makes it look like the side glass is floating. The rear end, well, let's just say it's not to everybody's taste. Parts of the design are sufficiently polarizing that the new Prius pulls off the unusual trick of making the last car look sedate. Inside, the dash is more coherent and has larger color displays with better graphics, though the centrally placed instruments still give it a bit of a spaceship command look. Still, it's fuel economy that the Prius is designed to deliver, and it still delivers a lot of it. Most versions are rated at 52 miles per gallon combined, but this year you can get a slightly decontented Prius 2 Echo that's rated at 56 miles per gallon combined. On the road, it drives more like a regular car than ever, and a lot less, well, Prius-like. And that's a good thing. The driver sits more than 2 inches lower this year in a much more rigid body structure with a sportier, trailing arm rear suspension. All right, time for some real talk. Nobody's gonna buy a Prius for sporty handling. But you know, this version, they've done a lot of work to the suspension and to the body, and it feels more normal. It's got a lot more confidence when it's taking turns. It's a lot quieter ride, a lot more composed, and the steering feels even pretty decent. And that might be the biggest achievement for this new Prius. It doesn't feel as detached anymore, as remote or as numb. It's also quieter inside. The engine is still obvious under full acceleration, but it's better muted than before. It no longer has that desperate, strained howl. One thing to keep in mind, if you buy the Prius 2, 3, or 4, you're gonna get some low aspiration 15-inch wheels and tires. Up it to the touring level, and you get 17-inchers, and they give you a little bit crisper road manners, a little bit better steering feel. The powertrain is an updated version of the familiar layout with an all-new 1.8-liter 4-cylinder engine powering the front wheels through the latest hybrid Synergy drive system. Acceleration, though, is about the same as the old car. For interior space, the new Prius isn't hugely different from the old one, but the materials are far better looking, and with less plastic, it looks much less punitive. It can carry 4 adults in comfort, or 5 if they're tightly packed. The 2016 Toyota Prius hasn't been crash tested yet, but we expect it to do well. A full suite of active safety technology, including forward collision warnings with automatic braking, is available. Prices for the Prius start at just over $25,000, including destination. So what's the bottom line with the 2016 Toyota Prius? Well, it still gets excellent fuel economy, but it's a lot nicer to drive. It's a lot more comfortable to drive. It's a lot quieter to drive. And that just might attract people who want a more conventional vehicle, period. I'm Marty Padgett for Green Car Reports. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter.